now. I mean, you've got all these really neat bands coming up through, like Florida Georgia Line, and you know, they have their own kind of sound and things going on. So I think all of them are great. I think everybody's great, and everybody has their own style, and they're all amazing in their own right. So.
You know, with technology the way it is, I mean, you could actually make a video where you're singing a duet with Johnny Cash or Elvis. How cool would that be?
Oh, that would be amazing. That would really be amazing.
Yeah, so see, you need to get your people to work on that, because I would like to see
it. You would?
I would.
See that? I think I'll try to have some people work on that for you. How's that sound?
That's amazing. Thank you so much for that. I want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat real quick. We've got Sonia in the chat. We've got Allie, Martin, JP. And these are the ones that are being active. Now, you don't have to be inactive. You don't have to stay in the closet. It's okay to come out of the closet and embrace the light of your dork hood. All you have to do is just type in the chat, and you can become a voice in my head. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're probably listening on iHeartRadio or Stitcher. And if that's the case, you can always tweet with me, talk to me on Facebook, or you can go to the live chat on the ChrisTopProgram.com, and then we can talk during the show. So that's always a lot of fun, I think. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and I asked you these before when we were in Nashville, but I told you about the problems we have with the audio and stuff like that. But when we come back, I'm going to ask you again what superhero power you would like to have, because our listeners die to know these questions. They do. So we'll come back and we'll talk about that. But first, we're going to play Moonshine Money. Now, Moonshine Money, you wrote this. Now, what was the inspiration behind this song?
Well, the whole song is actually based off of a family tradition of running moonshine. So
right.
It's more or less just about this family that never got caught. And you always hear about the stories about the families that, you know, got in trouble from moonshining, but you never really hear about the family that never got caught.
Right.
So you have to listen to it.
That would make such a fun. It would make such a fun video.
You know, I've been having a lot of requests for a video, like an actual music video for it. So I think we're working on that.
Oh, that's exciting. I can't wait to see you like perform in a video. That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be really fun. I'm excited for it too.
Okay, this was called Moonshine Money. Jillian Kohr right here on the Chris Top Program.
Old Whiskey Joe's what they called my crazy old man. And he moved out in the woods far from the eyes of town. For my pappy, we said not to talk about old Joe, 'cause that's just the way life goes. When you make moonshine money, it's white lightning in a glass. When you make moonshine money, better bet that you run fast. When you make moonshine money, it's hush hush the story goes of the lone never found Whiskey Joe. One day I was at the sheriff brought his house. He walked up in those woods aiming to take Joe down. Well, he looked all night and day, searching through those hills, but all that he found was an empty steel. 'Cause you make moonshine money, it's white lightning in a glass. You make moonshine money, better bet that you run fast. You make moonshine honey, it's hush hush the story goes of the lone never found Whiskey Joe. Well, my daddy always said the whiskey's in my blood, just like the swamp lies in the Mississippi mud. And he said someday you carry on the traditions of old Joe, 'cause that's just the way way life goes when you make moonshine money. It's white lightning in a glass. When you make moonshine money, better bet you run fast. When you make moonshine honey, it's hush hush story goes of a long never found whiskey jug. Now there ain't no proof to what I say, yeah. Whiskey Joe is a legend to this day.
Okay, so if it was 50, 60 years earlier in time, would you be running moonshine?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a rebel. I might do something crazy like that.
It kind of makes me want to have a drink. Now, I've had some moonshine before. I've tried it. It's too much for me. I'm not really a drinker, though.
Yeah, it can knock you on your you know what.
I've got some response in the chat. Sonia said it gives me shivers, and then Martin says Dukes of Hazzard style.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you.
It is. It's kind of. It's almost a little eerie, when you hear it. I mean, it's a great song, but it almost kind of puts you there, and it's just a little, not really spooky, but just kind of eerie, I guess. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I can totally hear that.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun to listen to. It really is. And I can't wait to play Little Toy Trains. I think the listeners are going to love that, and I love that you put your kids in it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. They had a great time in studio with me. We had a blast making that one.
Now, whose idea was that to write the song and actually put your children in it?
Well, that song was actually written by Roger Miller and recorded it by Glenn Campbell. So
okay, so that shows you how much I know about country music history then. Okay.
It was written a long time ago, and that was always one of my favorites. My grandfather used to sing that to me all the time. So it had a lot of meaning to me, and I really wanted to go into studio and cut it. And my son and my daughters were really getting into singing and doing music. So as I was rehearsing it in the house and trying to figure out what I was going to do and what kind of arrangement I was going to do the song with, my kids were all running around the house singing it too. And I went, wow, I don't think anybody had ever cut a version with children in it that I know of. And I just really felt just inspired by them to have them be a part of it. So I asked them, and of course they wanted to be a part of it. So we went into studio, I think a day later, and cut it, and they had a great time, and they just went with the flow of everything, and they did an amazing job.
That is so cool, because you're kind of giving a nod to your grandfather, and at the same time you're sort of passing that on to your kids as well, and it's something they'll have forever.
Yeah, they'll always have that memory of that being the first song that they ever cut in studio. So, and so will I. So will I.
That is really, really neat. Now, okay, so if you weren't singing country music, what would you be doing?
Singing rock music.
So you'd be singing one way or another.
Yeah, I would be singing one way or another. Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay, now back to the superhero question. Now, if you could have any superhero power, what would that power be?
Well, I don't ever remember you asking me this question before, Chris.
Well, it was such a blur. I think the interview. I mean, we were having so much fun and getting caught up. Maybe I missed that question. I don't know. So this is good.
I don't.
This is good.
So this is a new one. So you totally thrown me off guard. I can't remember if I told you anything or what I told you if I did.
Okay, just disregard the first interview. Wait, what was that?
Okay, well, that being said,
okay,
we're Twitter buddies, right?
Twitter buddies for life.
We're always tweeting.
For life.
For life.
Absolutely.
For life.
Absolutely.
So I think we had a whole little conversation on what my Chris Top Woba shirt does for me. And mine makes me cry.
So it's the shirt that gives you the superpowers.
Yes.
I love that tweet, by the way. That made my day. When you sent that out. Okay, now I've got another tough question for you, and I may have asked you this before, and I may not have. I don't know, but I'm not. Okay, if you need time to think about this one, let me know, and I'll give you time. Okay, so if you could have 5 minutes to sit down and talk to anybody, and this could be anybody that's living, anybody that's dead, doesn't matter. 5 minutes, who would it be?
I think you did ask me a version of this question. I would want to have tea with the Queen of England.
Tea with the Queen. I remember that now. So why would you have tea with the Queen?
Doesn't everybody want to have tea with the Queen of England?
It would be cool. I mean, I would have to say that it would be cool.
Yeah, it's like, she's a queen, and I want to have, every girl grows up and wants to have tea with the Queen of England and wants to be a princess. And I just think that would be really cool to just be able to pick her brain, or just even sit there just with her, just drinking her tea. That would just be interesting to me.
Just hang out. Just hang out for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And just watch her drink her tea.
Yeah, with her little Scotty dogs and, just her yelling at the butler or something. That just seems like it would be a lot of
Right.
It would be very entertaining for me, I'm sure.
Right. If you want, I can come over one day and I could just pretend to be your butler, and then I could serve you tea, and you could yell at me if you want.
And cucumber sandwiches. We have to put that on the menu.
Throw some crumpets and everything. We'll do it right.
Okay, all right. I like this idea.
Yeah, we can make it happen. I'll rent a tux and everything, with the tails on it and all that good stuff. So we'll be good.
Oh, wow. You go all out for me, huh?
Absolutely, I would. Okay, now we're gonna play a little toy trains in a minute, and you guys don't want to miss this because it almost brought a tear to my eye. It did, just because it's so well done. It's just a pretty song, and it's a great Christmas song, I think, and I love what you did with it. It's just it's nice. It's just really super nice. So I can't wait for people to hear that for sure. Let's see what's going on in the chat. She says, "Where can I buy this song?" That's from Sonia, and I think she's talking about Moonshine Money. She says she thinks she found it on Amazon. So where can you get the song?
You can find it on iTunes and Amazon and all different places. If you just Google it, it'll start to come up in different areas. So, but I know that iTunes is the big spot that everybody goes to download, and it's definitely there.
Okay, so, and I do want to say something to everybody that's listening. Be like Sonia. Go out and buy the music for sure if you want to support Jillian. Do not steal the music because these artists, they do what they do because they love it. They would probably do it for free, but it's nice to throw them some support for sure. So just skip Starbucks for a day. Go out and buy the whole album if they have an album. If they have a few songs, buy the songs. If you don't buy them, Jillian and I will get all of our moonshine buddies together and we'll hunt you down. How about, that's a good public service announcement, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know if we should tell people this, Chris.
Oh, it's okay. I'll take the heat.
I'm telling you, on my front doorstep. I know.
I'll take the heat for it. It's okay. I got it. Just
all right.
If you're gonna go after somebody, go after her butler. and we'll be good. We'll be good. Now, on your website, do you have merchandise for sale, or is it just your songs right now?
Just the songs right now. We'll have all the merch up probably this coming year after the first of the year when the new album releases. So
I can get
everything up there.
I can get like a kick-ass Jillian Kohr T-shirt.
Oh yeah, you bet. But you don't have to buy yours, Chris. I'll give you one because you gave me a Woba T-shirt.
Oh, that's true. You know what? I love you to death. I do. And I have proof. I have proof because you signed my CD. You said, "To Chris, all my love." All right, we won't tell your husband. Jillian Kohr. No. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, if somebody wants to get a hard copy of your CD, do you sign them all if they order them from your site, or can you sign them?
Yes, absolutely. I'll sign them all.
Okay. So that was now. Sonia says "Old Toy Trains" is one of my all-time favorite Christmas songs. So Sonia could be